When it comes to picking a sniper, Piper is probably the first choice for most players. But Piper isn't just an epic sniper anyone can play. Mastering her is far more complex and requires much more skill than you might think. I wanted to understand what makes a good Piper player and how she should be played. So, I researched the best strategies, optimal builds, and how the pros use her, as well as common mistakes noobs make. Let me tell you, this brawler is far more complicated than you'd expect. First, we need to analyze and understand her mechanics. Let's start with her basic attack. Everyone who has played Piper at least once knows that the farther away the target, the higher the damage. At her highest level, her damage at minimum range is 680, which is just 20% of her total maximum damage of 3,400. This allows her to nearly one-shot low HP brawlers like Crow, Tick, and Brawl. Among other brawlers, Piper shares the same range as 8-Bit, Byron, B, and Bell. Of course, brawlers like Tick or Spike can reach further distances because their attacks split or bypass walls, but here, we're only considering projectile range. Piper's projectile width is 0.67, which is double that of 8-Bit's, which is only 0.33. Projectile width is a crucial factor when it comes to corner peeking, as it allows you to cover a much larger area. For comparison, corner peeking with a brawler like Nita can be game-changing. However, corner peeking with Piper should generally be avoided due to her slow reload speed of 2.3 seconds. Unlike many other brawlers, Piper's super doesn't directly support her attack. Instead, it's more of a second defensive ability for when her enemies get too close. Her super allows her to jump 8.67 tiles away, slightly less than her basic attack range. During the jump, she drops 4 grenades that detonate within 0.3 seconds and can destroy obstacles and bushes. These grenades also knock back enemies within a 2-tile radius. While in the air, Piper is completely immune to any damage, except for poison or fire effects. Her super should only be used as an emergency button when enemies close in the distance too much. Unlike other brawlers, her super doesn't automatically charge after landing a set number of shots. It takes only 3 shots at maximum range or 12 at minimum range to recharge it. This means the more damage you deal, the faster her super reloads. Speaking of her super, Piper also has a supercharged version. This makes her drop 6 grenades and travel much faster. Additionally, upon landing, she knocks back enemies by 4 tiles and destroys the environment in a 3-tile radius. Now, let's take a look at Piper's gadgets and star powers before diving into how to actually become a pro. Her 2 star powers are pretty aggressive. One of them deals an extra 1,190 damage when she's hidden in a bush. When she shoots from the bushes, the bullet and its trail change colors and her ammunition bar turns yellow instead of the usual orange. Her other star power reloads her ammo instantly by 40% upon landing a shot. This applies even when hitting bots or minions and works in combination with the auto aimer gadget. Speaking of gadgets, auto aimer is a very defensive tool, pushing the closest enemy 7 tiles away and slowing them for 1 second. On the other hand, there's the Seeking Bullet gadget. Upon activation, Piper's next bullet will home in on the enemies and travel 1.66 tiles farther. Now that we've got a quick overview of what Piper is capable of, it's time to explain how to play her properly and what many people do wrong. Starting with picking her, never, ever pick her in Brawl Ball. She is a ranged brawler who would probably die within seconds in Brawl Ball. Her only use there could be her super to break obstacles blocking the goal. Other than that, Frank or Mortis will demolish her. Piper is a great, if not the best choice in Bounty, as keeping her alive and attacking from a distance is pretty much the entire playstyle of this brawler. For this, you should use the build with Ambush, Homemade Recipe, Shield, and Damage. This allows you to play her at a safe distance in the bushes, but also tank some more damage. The Homemade Recipe gadget could come in clutch in tricky situations where the last shot could decide the match. When playing, try to always aim your shots. This gives you a much better feel for whether you can land a shot or not. Aiming about one tile ahead in the direction your enemy is moving is the perfect distance between the bullet and the enemy. Of course, not everyone walks in a straight line, but you can start noticing movement patterns. Piper's super is not only good for escaping melee brawlers like Mortis or El Primo, you can also use the super to open up a larger area for her to snipe. This could potentially save you from brawlers like Dynamite or Barley, who benefit from walls. This makes Frank a great brawler to pair with her, as Frank not only tanks, but can also clear walls for Piper. You should never use auto aim. The only time it might save you is when your enemy is foolish enough to chase you in a straight line. Piper's super can also be used offensively. After landing a shot, you can jump directly towards your opponent to deliver the finishing blow. Try this at your own risk. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. Let me know if you have any other strategies I didn't mention. Subscribing is free.